Thank you very much. I only had one request tonight, that we don't have the same bagpipers we had yesterday. You know, we have a nice quote in the Innovation Center. It's a well-known one I won't use again, but it's a relative, in a way, of a very close associate of the governor's, quoting George Bernard Shaw. That's in the Innovation Center. But the one of Bernard Shaw I like a little better is when they asked him about bagpipes. And he said, "It's a terribly difficult instrument to play. 'Tis a pity it's not totally impossible." So no bagpipers tonight, but very important events, because I so admire all the people who are here and are working so hard to forge these kind of relationships that make a better city, a better state, really a better and more prosperous world. And in that way, you know, we have certain individuals that are able to set aside significant careers and go into public service. People like Chuck Reed, my friend here at the table, but our speaker this evening, who had a pretty good career, as most of you know, fighting some pretty daunting odds. And I speak now as a historian. I taught a couple years at this school and a couple years down the road at Santa Clara. And I've known Arnold since he decided to run. And I would say the forces he has attempted to control, to direct, and to reform make him the most significant reform governor in the history of this state. Yes. There was another, I know the governor often mentions Hiram Johnson, who was a pretty good reform governor, but Arnold, I don't think the forces were quite as well organized against him as you sometimes face. So here we are, and it's a very important night. As we were walking in, John Hartnett was explaining to the governor what the ITLG and the Innovation Center was, and he said to the governor, there's 4.5 million people in Ireland, but here there are 40 million Irish Americans. And the governor didn't bat an eye. He said, about half of them are Kennedys. So I hope you weren't going to use that in your comments. It was if so, I apologize. Let me just say this. Around March 17th, people use that old line and they say, you're either Irish or you want to be Irish. Let me tell you a much more impressive group of people. It's a small group. And that's individuals who find talented, charismatic Irish women to marry. And so with that, let me introduce one of the best reform governors this state has ever had, the best, and one of the smartest non-Irish people I know, governor of the state.